Hello, we are discussing about GATE 1993 ECE paper, and this question is related to analog circuits. Look at the question. Alpha cutoff frequency of a BJT A increases with increase in base width, B increases with increase in emitter width, C increases with increase in collector width, D increase with decrease in base width. The right option for this question is D. We will see how. First of all, we must know what is meant by alpha. Alpha is nothing but common base DC current gain. Common base DC current gain, and current gain is nothing but output current divided by input current. For common base act as common terminal and input voltage is taken at emitter, output is taken at collector. So common base is going to be output current is collector current divided by emitter current. So IC by IE we will write IC by IE, and this alpha, it is calculated, this is treated as common base DC current gain. DC implies nothing but the frequency is going to be zero frequency. If frequency is not equal to 0, by that time it is treated as AC. So this alpha is going to be treated as alpha naught also. Alpha is also treated as alpha naught. Naught implies nothing but at 0 frequency. Alpha at 0 frequency. Okay, or at low frequencies and mid frequencies. So at low frequencies and mid frequencies, the value of alpha, that is common base DC current gain, is going to be constant, but at high frequencies parasitic capacitances are existing across every nodes. That is nothing but among every two nodes you will get a parasitic capacitance. So because of that parasitic capacitance, okay, the circuit becomes reactive, and this DC current gain is going to be now function of frequency. Then at high frequencies we have to write, at high frequencies this alpha has to be write as alpha with respect to frequency, and by that time this current gain is going to be decreases as frequency increases. Then this you can write it as alpha naught divided by 1 plus J times of F by F alpha, where this F alpha is going to be a frequency at which F alpha is the frequency at which common base current DC current gain drops to 0.707, that is 70.7% of its maximum value. So F alpha is also treated as cutoff frequency. This F alpha is going to be nothing but alpha cutoff frequency. So this is F alpha cutoff frequency at which the value of alpha at 0 frequency reduces to 0.707 times, or 70.7% of its value at 0 frequency. So now we'll see, if alpha reduces, F alpha also reduces. Okay, if alpha reduces, at that time this alpha cutoff frequency also reduces. Now we are going to see with respect to emitter base collector widths, how it is going to be a function, how it is changes. So look at this, is it's a BJT, and that too I am going with NP transistor. So emitter is going to be of P type, and base is of N type, collector is of P type, and every BJT is consisting of two PN junctions. One is forming between emitter and base, the other is forming between collector and base. So this is emitter base junction and it is collector base junction. Whenever a BJT has to be act as amplifier, okay, BJT acts as amplifier when it is biased in active region. The meaning of active region is nothing but emitter base junction should be forward bias, collector base junction should be reverse bias. So whenever you are applying reverse voltage, reverse bias is nothing but we are applying a voltage in this way. For N type you are applying positive voltage, for P type you are applying negative voltage. So think it as VCB. Voltage at collector to base. As you are applying negative voltage, this collector base junction is going to becoming reverse bias. So as VCB is going to be increases, that is you are increasing the reverse bias. Okay, negative voltage you are increasing is nothing but we can think modulus. So as you are applying more and more reverse bias, okay, width of potential barrier at the junction, width of potential barrier at collector base junction is going to be increases, and we know that when width of potential barrier penetrates more into N side, more into lightly doped side, and we know that when base is lightly doped than collector, so that potential barrier more penetrates into base side. So you can draw in this way. This is what the potential barrier, what I am drawing is, I am not drawing it into the collector region because collector is heavily doped compared to base. As base is lightly doped, potential barrier it is penetrating towards base side. So this is what taking place. Whenever it is looking at this one, potential barrier doesn't contain any mobile charge carriers, that is it doesn't contain free electrons or holes. It will be consisting of only immobile ions. On N side you will get positive ions, and on P side you will get negative ions. So now the effectively mobile charge carriers are going to be present only this portion. So this is what now we can consider as width of base, that is effective width of base WB dash. Effective width of base is nothing but where the mobile charge carriers are readily available. Metallurgical base width, that is at the time of manufacturing you are getting base width as this much, but as you are applying more and more reverse bias, potential barrier increases, and that too it increases into lightly doped side. Since base is lightly doped side, potential barrier penetrates more into base side, that decreases effective base width. So you can write in this way, WB dash is going to be reduces effective base width. As effective base width is going to be getting reduces, less number of recombinations are taking place in the base, that makes less current. So IB is going to be reduces. Whenever IB reduces, we can say that one collector current is increases, because more number of charge carriers which are coming from emitter, they are reaching collector. Since there are less number of recombinations are taking place, the charge carriers whenever they are coming, more will reach towards collector, as less number of charge carriers are recombining in this one compared to the previous case. So IC increases for same IE, that is even though you are not changing emitter current, but you will get the more collector current as VCB is going to be increases. So from this one we can say alpha, which is nothing but common base DC current gain, that is IC divided by IE. IE is constant but IC is increasing, so that you can say alpha increases, that is alpha increases. Whenever alpha increases, at that time alpha cutoff frequency is nothing but that is the frequency at which this alpha reduces to 70.7%. So we can say F alpha also increases. So the answer for this one is nothing but F alpha increases, okay, when base width is going to be reduces. When base width reduces, at that time alpha cutoff frequency increases because alpha increasing, since we are getting more collector current for the same emitter current, and this is because less number of recombinations are taking place in the base. So the right answer for this question is alpha cutoff frequency of a BJT increases with decrease in base width. Thank you.